The Suncoast Campaign for Grade Level Reading presents This Book is Cool. With your host, Beth Duda. Coming up, Miss Beth will have a special arts activity, words to put in your word bank, and a special interview with a person who thinks the book you are reading is cool.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to This Book is Cool. My name is Beth Duda, and I'm the director of the Suncoast Campaign for Grade Level Reading. Today, we have a really great book to share. It's called On Earth, and it was written by G. Brian Karras. We have a special guest with us today from United Way Suncoast. Today, we have with us Ernest Hooper. Hi, Ernest.
Hi, Beth.
It's great to see you. Thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm really excited to be with you today.
I love the colorful background you have behind you and how it's very evocative, that's a great word, of our community. I see the Bradenton Riverwalk behind you, and I think I see a little bit of Katazan behind you and the Ringling Bridge. So you're representing the Suncoast region really beautifully today.
Yes, and we also have the arcade from Arcadia as part of this background. So we love representing the entire Suncoast at United Way Suncoast.
That's great. Well, thank you for being with us to talk about this great book today. Can you tell me why you think the book On Earth is cool?
Oh, I thought it was a terrific book, and it's cool to think about the Earth as a giant ride in space, like a spinning merry-go-round. Even better, no price for admission to ride, like at the fair.
That's very true. It is true. And I did think that the book gave us some facts, real scientific facts, but they did it in such an enjoyable way.
That was so accurate. And, it's easy to forget that the Earth is constantly in motion, even though we don't feel it. This book does an excellent job of highlighting all the spinning, circling, gliding, tilting. I mean, wow, that's a lot of movement to go unnoticed.
It really is. And when you think about that the Earth is spinning and rotating all at the same time, you would think that we'd feel like we were on a carnival ride, but we don't. We think we're being still when actually we are constantly in movement.
Well, as the book noted, it's gravity.
It is gravity.
One of my favorite images was of the kids' shadows getting longer as day rolls into night. Very cool.
I love that too. And I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because it's not only one of our prettiest illustrations, it is 2 pages wide, if I remember. So I'm going to show it to the camera right now, just so all the people watching can see just an example of the beautiful illustrations in the book. And you've got excellent taste.
It's really about science. The information is told and shown in an extremely poetic and artistic way. It's more like a story than a dry textbook. And that's so important when you're communicating lessons about science.
The interesting scientific concepts in the book are things that I think will stay with me for a long time. Were there any that were particularly striking for you?
As a parent, this book was great because it will help me explain to my future grandchildren all about the Earth's movement.
And in a way that will be enjoyable for them and enjoyable for you. So we can't ask for more than that. So Ernest, what led to you being such an avid reader? Why do you like reading so much?
I've loved reading all my life, and I trace that love back to the bookmobile. I grew up in Tallahassee, and we had a bookmobile come into our neighborhood every Wednesday, and I'd sprint to the bookmobile and check out books. And that really fueled my love of reading. And that love of reading continues today.
Ernest, you were sharing how you might be reading this book to your future grandchildren. Do you have any tips for adults on what they can do while they're reading with children?
I think when you read to children, you have to bring big energy to the moment. Why does winter turn to fall? Why does, does day turn to night? And instead of reading this book to my kids, I was like, I'll read this myself and then I'll have all the answers.
There you go.
And I'll be able to explain it to them in a way that they can understand. That's what makes this book cool. It takes those scientific facts and breaks them down so they're easy to understand.
Great. And thank you for being with us today.
Okay, Beth, before I go, what is the activity for this book?
Oh, you're going to like it. You know how you talked about the shadows getting longer when the sun starts to go down? We've got a great painting activity that allows us to do that very same kind of thing, having the shadows get longer as the light source gets lower. So it's going to be a good one.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Talking to Ernest was fun, and we got a little sneak peek about what our activity is going to be. But first, we are going to put our words into our word bank. The first word for our word bank is the word spinning. Spinning. That means to turn quickly on an axis. The earth is always spinning. Our next word is sphere. Sphere. That's a round, solid object. The next word for our word bank is the word shadows. Shadows. A shadow is a dark area or shape made by a body coming between a ray of light and a surface. The next word for our word bank is the word universe. Universe. Everything that exists, including the earth, the planets, the stars, space, and the galaxies, that is our universe. And the final word for our word bank is the word calendar. Calendar. That's a chart of the days, weeks, and months in a year. So remember Ernest talked to us about this picture? And it's showing how when the sun is getting lower in the sky, the shadows of the children are getting longer. So we're going to do an art activity that's called a sun shadow art piece. I have some examples right here. Now, what you need is some kind of an object that you can put on a piece of paper, and then you can shine light on it from different angles. You can shine light on it from here, or from here, or from here, to see how the shadows are different. Or you can just take it outside, and at different times of the day, you can see what the shadow looks like when the sun shines on it. So I have an example of that. So this was the object we used, just a regular bottle of glue. And we put it on the piece of paper. And as the sun moved in the sky and the shadow fell on the paper, we colored in the shadow, and we used different colors to show the movement throughout the day. I think the blue one is my favorite because it's so long. That's when the sun was almost getting ready to set. Now, if you don't have a glue bottle, that's okay. You can use any kind of an object that stands tall, that can cast a shadow. So you can see here, we did it several times. We used different colors. Look at this one. Isn't that pretty? And you can do that outside using the sun, or even on a rainy day. You can do it indoors by having a light source, a flashlight or a lamp, and just moving it in different places so that that shadow changes. And just by reading the book, you're going to get smarter. And I think you might be inspired to do a little illustration of your own shadow. So if you do that, if you do one of our sun shadow pieces of art or you draw your own shadow, I hope you'll send a copy of that to us. You can send it to connect@grade-level-reading-suncoast.net. Remember, my friends, reading is the key to succeeding. I look forward to seeing you again very soon. My friend Ben is in the studio right now and he's making a shadow. Look! He made a dog.